Lately I've been feeling like my heart was healing, but it seems like it's the end of the world.
What's going on, K? Squad! Bit of a different video today. I know you're thinking, Cam, you're back on YouTube. What are you gonna do now that you're back on YouTube? Here's what I'm gonna do. Whatever I want. Absolutely anything I want. That was a big problem when I was doing YouTube before. I was like, what do the people want to see, you know? You know what I started to realize? You don't give a fuck. You're just here to see me. I'll do whatever. So I might as well just do what I want to do. I've done a few cooking videos on my other channel, but my other channel, I know I flip-flop all the time. My other channel is just for music now, okay? That's for music. This is for whatever the freak outs I want to do. I should not swear because it's a cooking show. It's a family show. By the way, welcome to cooking. Round of applause, please. I know it sounds exciting and cool when I'm editing when you watch it because I put in sound effects and music and applause. I'm alone. It's silent in here. I'm dancing. When I dance, there's no music. I'm just dancing. It's all in my head. But yeah, I've done some cooking videos on my other channel. If you haven't subscribed to their channel, go do it. Okay? Go do it. That's where I'm gonna upload all my music videos and things like that. So can you please just do it? Mom? Can you do it? But as far as this channel, and now that I'm back here again, it's gonna be a whole lot of everything. Of course, we're still gonna do, you know, K-pop things, fun things like that, BTS, dubs, all those things. But we're also gonna do cooking videos, okay? We're gonna do painting videos. We're gonna do whatever kind of videos because I just want to sort of just celebrate the things that I love to do on the channel and then share it with you guys. And hopefully that's enough for you, okay? Hopefully that's enough, okay? I don't ask for much. You don't even have to watch. You can leave right now. Leave! But don't actually leave because today we're baking, yeah, you guessed, well, you don't even have to guess it because it's in the title. We're baking a vegan strawberry cake. And this is a birthday cake for my friend Cass because it is her birthday and she does not know that, no wait, she knows that it's her birthday. We're having a surprise birthday party. She doesn't know about the party. She has no idea about the party. She has no idea about this bomb ass cake I'm about to bake for her. And she has no idea that it's gonna be in her little tummy tonight. And it's gonna be so fucking yummy. And we're gonna bake it together right now. And I'm gonna teach you how to bake a vegan strawberry cake. On my other channel, I did a vegan chocolate cake about a year and a half ago for my friend Daniela's birthday party. Today, for Cass's birthday party, we're doing a vegan strawberry cake. I'm so happy that you're here to join me. I just realized also I don't have my apron on, so let me go put that on. I'm gonna do a twirl, and it's gonna be a cool effect. It probably won't even be cool, but I'm gonna do a twirl, and when I finish twirling, I'll be in the, ready? Here we go. Woo! Whoa! What the heck? Okay, fuck it. Shall we start with the ingredients? This is everything that you're going to need. And by the way, if you're at home, you're watching along, you do not need to do this. You know what I mean? This is like, you can just watch this for entertainment purposes. Just hang out, chill out. If you want to just watch me bake a cake, that's totally fine. But I'm about to give you all the ingredients and everything if you do want to bake the cake along with me, or just for future reference. You know, if you ever want to bake a strawberry vegan cake, then you can come back to this video and it will be a great place for you to learn how to make a strawberry cake. But first, I hope everyone has their glass of white wine at home. Oh yeah, everyone better have a wine. If you're underage, you still better have a wine, okay? Go check your mother's liquor cabinet. I know she has some. Trust me, she has some. Trust me, she has some. My mother never loved me. I'm joking. She loved me very much. She still does. She's alive. She's good. She's doing well. Okay, first, not ingredients, but first what I'm gonna do is tell you not the ingredients you need, but the things you need. You know, the utensils, as you say. Yeah, what you're gonna need is one pot. One pot. You need one pot, just one. One pot. You're gonna need two. Actually, this is a good time to use the other camera, actually. You're gonna need two 8-inch cake pans. Two 8-inch cake pans, because that's what we're gonna pour the cake batter into. And 8 inches is what we need here. In other instances, 8 inches would be too much, right? Like that's way too much for other things. But for cake stuff, we need the 8-inch one for cake stuff. But if like in other situations, 8 is like way too much. I've heard. That's actually what I've just heard. I actually heard like half of that, like 4-inch is almost too much even. Like 3 is actually comfortable for other things. Like 3 is a good size. And 2's nothing to scoff at. Right? 2's fine. It's fine. It's fine. 2's fine, right? Right? 2's all right. Right? 2's okay? 2-inch. That's okay, right? Tell me it's right. Tell me it's okay. No, I'm joking. I'm not. But no, I'm joking. It's all a joke. Everything's a joke. We're gonna need a fork as well. You're gonna need a fork. And sorry, this is dirty. And it's dirty because I never cleaned it up after the last time I made food. So that's you're gonna need a fork though. You need a fork. And if you don't have one, steal one. If you don't have any of these things, steal them. Steal them. Don't buy them, steal them. Figure it out. It's pretty easy. Everything I have, I stole. Almost everything. Well, your heart, that's for sure. Because I stole it. I would also recommend an electronic mixer if you don't have one. Like me, and you're old-fashioned, fuck it. You just use the fork, or you can use this thing, which I don't know what it's called. A ladle, maybe? No, this isn't a ladle. It's something, though. Whatever this is, have it. You should get it if you don't have it. But if you have an electronic mixer and you're rich or whatever, stop watching this video, okay? Go, whatever rich people do. Go throw nickels at poor people. I don't know what you do. You're also gonna need little measurement things. I don't know, like a little teaspoon. What do you call these? Little measurement spoons, whatever those are. Measurement cups. So like these, 1 cup, 3/4 cup, 1/2 cup. Really, you're only gonna need the 1 cup and the 1/2 cup, if we're being honest. But if you have the whole set, even better. Even better. And then you will be needing 3 bowls. They don't need to be this big. 1 does need to be this big. You need 1 big bowl, that's for sure. You're gonna need 1 big bowl, okay? You're gonna need a big one. I'd say a big one, a medium one, and a little one. That's what I would say, that's what I would recommend to you. But you don't need them to be this big. My smallest one is this big. It doesn't need to be that big. Your smallest one doesn't need to be that big. Let me reiterate. Your smallest bowl doesn't need to be the size of this bowl. Your smallest bowl could even be the size of a bowl. Like a cereal bowl, not just any bowl. The smallest bowl should be a bowl size, right? But it doesn't need to be a full bowl. Yeah. So as far as utensils, that's all you need. Just that, really not much. If you want to make a career out of it and shoot your own video, you're gonna need a really cool camera, and you're gonna need to use your phone as the other camera. You're gonna need to get a ring light from Amazon. Little shop, little cute little family-run business over there, Amazon. And you're gonna need some fucking personality, unlike this kid. But some people don't have that. Some people still make YouTube videos and they just don't have a lick of personality. Just crazy to me, people who do that. You know, what's the point? You know, you don't have any personality, why are you making a video? Right? A baking video even, you know, where you're talking a lot. You gotta have a lot of personality. So why even make one if you don't have one? It's embarrassing. There are people who aren't even aware, like they lack self-awareness. They think that, like, you're probably laughing along with me, like, yeah, those people are crazy. Like, they lack so much self-awareness because they're the ones who think they have personality, but they don't. You know, those people are, you know, they're a lost cause. You know, and I feel bad for them. So that's all the utensils need. Now, fuck, Cam. Get it together! I've had, this isn't my first class, I'll say that much, but it is my second. I should be honest, it is only my second, which is fine. I never feel drunk after. I need like a full bottle to be like, wee. Anyway, I'm good, I'm calming down. My whole life is a bit, you know? You think I roll the cameras and I'm like, woo. The cameras are off and I'm still like that. It's a real issue, okay? I can't turn it off. I have real problems being emotionally in the moment and serious. Immature. It's an issue, causes problems, and I'm trying to fight it. But when I make videos, I don't fight it. Here we go. All right, let me get my ingredients list here. There's quite a few. There's less ingredients than you would think in a strawberry cake wait, one more thing that you need. You either need a food processor or a blender. A food processor or a blender, either or, both work. Those are a little more, I don't want to say they're upscale or whatever you call it. They're not like rich items. They're like, I don't know how much they are. I don't know how much anything is really. What's a banana? $10? No, you're gonna need one. You're gonna need that though, because we need to blend the strawberries. Okay, ingredients. Here we go. Ingredients. Once again, let me get my list up here. So I'm gonna give you guys the ingredients for not only the cake itself, but for the icing, because we're gonna make our own icing as well, because you gotta make your own icing, okay? We can't go half-ass. Don't just buy icing, we make it here. Do it all ourselves. So what you're gonna need is, I'm just gonna tell you all the ingredients. I'm not gonna tell you the amount of ingredients? The amount of ingredients right now. I'll tell you the amount of ingredients when we actually start putting the ingredients in. These are just the ingredients. These are just the things you need. Okay, I'm talking too much. You're going to need strawberries. You're gonna need fresh strawberries. So fresh strawberries, organic are better. So yeah, fresh strawberries. Then you're going to need some plant-based milk. It could be any milk. I'm using silk almond vanilla milk. Now, you don't have to do vanilla. It's completely fine. I love giving things that I bake just this little kick of vanilla in them. That's just a personal thing for me. Some people really don't like it. Depends on your stance on vanilla. I think vanilla is incredible when you have just a little bit of a kick in it, in whatever you're creating. So make sure you get a plant-based. It could be anything. It could be soy milk, pea milk. Not that kind of pea. Come on, you're older than that. I hope. No, pea is funny, but any type of milk. So you're gonna need that. Apple cider vinegar. You're going to need. This is a really huge jug of apple cider vinegar. You think, why would you need that much apple cider vinegar, Cam? Well, apple cider vinegar gets out the smell of cat pee, not human. It probably gets out human pee as well, but it gets out the smell of cat pee. And my cats pee on everything. They really do. It's an issue. So I always need to be loaded up with that. Next, you are going to need some vegan butter. I prefer the Earth Balance. Tastes the most like normal butter. Then you're going to need canola oil. Just some simple canola oil. We're not going to use much. Spoiler, we're not going to use that much, so you don't need that much. Just steal it from your dad. He probably uses it. But for today, we'll call it camola oil. Camola oil. My name's Cam. That's what I call them. Yeah, then you're gonna need some pure vanilla extract. You can use artificial vanilla extract. It's just not as good. I'll be honest, it's just not as good. It's artificial, it's in the name. Pure vanilla extract, it's gonna give you a much sweeter taste and a more authentic taste. Not to sound like, not to be a vanilla extract elitist, but yeah, pure vanilla extract. Once again, all these things you can steal. You can steal all these things from the grocery store. Really easy, really simple. Especially if they're self-checkout. Really simple stuff, okay? Just steal it all. That's what I did. I didn't. Sorry, president, if you wanted to. Not president, we have a prime minister. He's kind of hot, but he sucks. Another thing you'll need is pink food coloring, and this is optional. This is totally optional. This is just to make the color of the cake itself pink. It's gonna taste the exact same. It's not gonna change the difference in taste, whether it's just normal cake color or pink cake color. It's just more to it's for presentation. You know, you want your cake to be pink. I want my cake to be pink. I want Cassie's cake to be pink. So we're gonna do that. It's I think it's pretty easy to find, like a bulk barn. I don't know where you live, but we have bulk barn. It has a lot of stuff, and they have pink food coloring, so that's where I got mine. So next, and I'd say this is the most important thing, is cake flour, or cake pastry flour. You can use normal flour. I just recommend, if you can get your hands on cake flour, pastry flour, that is a lot better. It's just gonna help the cake rise better, and it's gonna feel more fluffy when you eat it. Don't you want a fluffy cake? We all want a fluffy cake. Of course, we're gonna add baking powder later, which is gonna help the cake rise up as well, but I would just recommend getting that to make the cake the best. We want the best cake we can get, right? I want the best. Every time I make something, I want it to be the best. I make a song, I want it to be the best song ever, all right? I make love, I want it to be the best one day. Well, I'm not married yet, so we'll see how that goes. But I am on the market. Cam's on the market, and I'm cheap. I'm really cheap. You just have to be nice to me. It's pretty simple. Just be nice to me, and I'll probably fall for you. We are almost done, folks, with the things that we need. I know it's quite a bit. Next, aforementioned. Is that the right word? Before mentioned. Is aforementioned? Does that mean before? But it sounds like after mentioned. I don't know too much about the English language. We're gonna need baking powder. So baking powder, this is once again just gonna help the cake rise up when we bake it. And then you're gonna need some salt. This is table salt. It's like the salt you're supposed to put down. It's not supposed to be salt you put in to your cake, but I'm out of salt. So we're gonna use table salt. Hopefully no one noticed. Hopefully no one's eating the cake and they're just like, wait a damn minute. Is this fucking table salt? And then I'll lie and I'll say, are you fucked? You think I'd make a cake with table salt? Table salt? But don't tell Cass, there's table salt. It's not a bad thing. It tastes like fucking salt, okay? Salt is salt. Anyway, that's all we're gonna need for the cake part. Now the ingredients I'm about to tell you are the ingredients that we need for the icing. So here we go. And you need less ingredients for this. First, you're gonna need some frozen strawberries. Before we needed the fresh strawberries for the cake. For the icing, we're gonna need frozen strawberries. Once again, we're gonna need the butter. We're using butter for the icing as well. So you're good, you already have that. You already got it. Next, you are going to need icing sugar, powdered sugar. Some companies call it icing sugar. Some call it powdered sugar. Either or, you're gonna need that. And we're gonna need a lot of it because that's basically when you're eating icing, it's just basically powdered sugar. It's essentially powdered sugar and butter. And then we mentioned it earlier, we're gonna need the vanilla extract for that too. And then once again, you're going to need soy milk for that. And I too again will be using the vanilla soy milk because that's just how I roll, baby.
I didn't mention in the video, but you need granulated sugar. Make sure you also have granulated sugar, okay? Okay? Do that.
And that's all. So, shall we get started with baking this cake? I know it's quite a long intro as far as telling you what you need, but I want you to know what you need. You know what I mean? I want you to know, you gotta be all set. This is serious. This is baking a vegan strawberry cake. I can't think of anything more serious ever in the history of the world. Alright, step one, very simple step. You need an oven. I should have mentioned that. Why did I not mention that? Sorry, I really assumed that you knew it. We need an oven. We're gonna need an oven. If you don't have an oven, you might be fucked here. Okay, this can't be microwaved. You really do need an oven. If you don't have an oven, I don't think you could, that's the one I don't think you could steal. If you did steal, if you do steal an oven, yeah, so turn your oven on to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. 350 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, that's the first step. 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Turn the oven to that temperature. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I live in Celsius because we're in Canada, we use Celsius. I think the only people who use Fahrenheit are in the States. Fucking weirdos. But ovens conventionally are done in, I'm over-explaining. 350 Fahrenheit for the oven, okay? So first things first, you're going to need a pound of strawberries. And I don't even know what a pound is, okay? But essentially, we're gonna need around a pound of strawberries. Just grab a handful, this is what I did. I grabbed probably too many. Then we're gonna blend them. First, we're gonna cut them up. First, we're gonna cut up these strawberries. Just cut the tops off, that's all we're gonna need. Take your tops off at home, right now. Send me a picture. I'm joking, that was a joke. Please don't do that. Yeah, so we're just cutting these up right now. And then we're gonna put them in the blender until they're all liquid. It's basically until it's like a puree. Once again, you're just cutting the tops off here. Very simple. Then we're putting them into a blender. I'm doing that back here. Putting them into our blender. And then we blend it. Well, you know what? This blender isn't really working. Luckily, I have a second blender. Yes, I am rich. This one's just too overfilled. This blender wasn't ready to handle how many strawberries I put in it. Hopefully this other blender is very prepared for the amount of strawberries I'm putting in it. There we go. That's a blender. There's a blender for you. So you're gonna pour it into a pot on your stovetop, and we're gonna have that simmer for about 25 minutes. About 25 minutes, set a timer, put it on low heat, just simmer it. We're gonna make it into a nice, cute, beautiful puree. Give it a stir every once in a while. You're gonna wanna give it a stir every 5 minutes. Just stir it up a little bit, make sure it doesn't sit. But yeah, for 25 minutes, we're gonna leave it on a stovetop, low heat, stir it every once in a while, 25 minutes, okay? No more, no less! All right, while that's going for 25 minutes, once again, while that's going for 25 minutes, while the strawberry puree is on low heat on the stovetop, for 25 minutes, and you're stirring every once in a while that's happening, we're going to take our smallest bowl of the three, we're going to take it, and we're gonna add in our milk and our apple cider vinegar. First, we will add our milk, and we're gonna be adding 1 cup and a quarter. 1 cup and a quarter of your plant-based milk. Once again, that is 1 cup, and then a quarter cup of the plant-based milk. And then we are going to be adding 2 teaspoons of the apple cider vinegar in to the milk. 1 teaspoon of the apple cider vinegar, and then 1 more teaspoon of the apple cider vinegar. After that, it's a simple mix. You're just gonna wanna mix it until it's all combined and you see that it's all one consistency. This shouldn't take very long. It's kind of stinky. Now we're gonna push that aside. We're gonna let it ferment. Okay, we're gonna let it ferment. Go stir that strawberry puree on the stovetop. Next, we'll be doing half a cup of our vegan butter, and this butter has to be around room temperature, even a little softer than that. Make sure it can be softened so that it can become creamy and blend with everything else. So we want a very softened butter. If you do need to heat it up, just put it in the microwave very briefly. It should heat up quite easily because microwaves do that. And I found out recently, and it was actually thanks to my friend Cass who told me this. She said originally the microwave was used to revive dead rats that they used to freeze rats and do like testing on them. But when they froze them and they tried to heat them back up to come to life, they wouldn't. So they invented the microwave so that they would be able to burst those rats back to life. And I guess some son of a bitch was like, what if I put my goddamn lunch in there? And then the microwave happened. So I thought that was really kind of funny. So mine's a little bit too room temp and it's kind of chilly in here. So I'm gonna put it in the microwave very briefly. Are you allowed to put like plastic stuff in the microwave? I don't know, but I do it. I do it. My microwave's gonna explode one day, but I don't care. Ah, perfect. I don't know why I did that, and I'm sorry that I did that. Important, use your biggest bowl for this one. We want our biggest bowl, your big old bowl. You're gonna wanna use that one, your big bowl for this one. And once again, this is half a cup. Half a cup of the vegan butter. Plop that in there, and then you are good to go. Now, here's where it gets fun. You're gonna be adding, if you weren't already having fun already, I don't know what to tell you. We're going to be adding our sugar, and I literally just realized earlier I didn't tell you that you needed sugar. I said you needed icing sugar, but when I was talking about what we need to actually bake the cake, I didn't mention that we needed sugar. No, you need granulated sugar. I'm very sorry, I don't know why that went right over my head and I forgot to tell you about it. But we need the sugar. We need granulated sugar. I'm sorry, I'll put a little thing in earlier to remind you about that. Oh, and actually before we put the sugar into the big bowl, we're gonna be putting our canola oil into the bowl before the sugar. How much canola oil, you ask? A great question. We're gonna be needing half a cup of canola oil. Same as the butter. We did half a cup of butter. Now we're gonna be doing half a cup of canola oil. Glug 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 glug. Okay, there we go. Half a cup of canola. Ah, beautiful. I love the smell of canola oil. I don't. Next, we are going to add our 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. So you're gonna need 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. Add that in there. Yummy, yummy. Now before you put that sugar in, I'm just gonna want you to mix all that around. Mix everything around. The butter, the canola oil, the vanilla extract, just mix all that around. It's gonna look really funky. It's gonna look really weird. It's not gonna look correct. You only need to, just a little bit. Doesn't need to be perfect, doesn't need one consistency. Just enough where you see the butter spread out around. Now you're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. 1.5 cups. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna use 3/4 cups twice, which adds to 1.5 cups. Pretty smart, I know. So 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. This is obviously just gonna make everything sweet and sugary, and it's gonna taste extra awesome. I never said this was healthy, okay? That is one thing I said. Cake is often not very tasty if it's healthy for you. Obviously it's a little healthier because we're doing plant-based, but once you pour that sugar in, I just want you to stir it all around. Stir everything around until it's one consistency. Shouldn't take a super duper long time, but that's all you gotta do. Stir everything that we put in the big bowl so far until it's all together as one. Now that that's done, you're probably wondering, what's next? Next, in the same big bowl that we just stirred everything into. Oh, also, remember to stir that strawberry puree on the stovetop. Make sure you got that timer going, okay? So yeah, next we're going to add the pink food coloring, and once again, this is optional. If you don't have the pink food coloring, you can completely skip this step. It's not that important, it's just for presentation because we want it to be pink and cute. We are going to do half a teaspoon of the pink food coloring because any more and it becomes too much. Any less and it won't be pink enough. We want the perfect amount of pink in here. Oh shit, I almost did half a tablespoon. So very simply, now my fingers are all pink, but that's okay. So very carefully, half a teaspoon of the pink food coloring. It looks really red right now for me, but it is pink, I swear. Dump that in there. It does look really red, but I swear it's not. I swear it's not. What if they fooled me? They put red food coloring in the pink one. Okay, and then you stir. You stir so that you can make everything pink, and it should, as you are stirring, I'm gonna try to show the camera. Oh, fuck. It should, as you stir more and more, it should turn pink. The consistency should turn into a lovely, beautiful pink. It's a bit of a darker pink than I thought, but what's gonna happen is we're gonna mix it with everything else, and it's gonna lighten it up a bit. So we are gonna be completely fine. Do not worry about it. Once again, there you go. You guys with me here? You're doing well. You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Even if you're just sitting there watching this, like, you've kept your attention on me. You probably haven't. You've probably been on your phone or whatever. But either way, I'm very proud of you. Okay? I'll say what your father never did. I'm really proud of you. Next. Fuck me. Okay, yeah. Next, the other bowl. The medium-sized bowl, if you will. We're going to put that aside, just over there with the small bowl. We're going to put the big bowl aside with the small bowl. Now, with our medium-sized bowl, we are going to start with the flour and whatnot. So, first off, in this new bowl, we're going to do 3 cups of flour. 3 cups of your pastry flour into the bowl. And make sure that it's 3 cups. No less, no more. You can give yourself a little room, a little wiggle room. You know, it can be the tiniest bit more, the tiniest bit less. But make sure it's pretty much 3 cups each. Because baking is all about fine margins. Like the slightest, you know, a little bit too much sugar can make it too sweet. A pinch of too much salt can make it too, salty. Alright, I'm going to use my apron for once and actually clean my hands off. Once you've done that, you're going to take a drink of your wine because you forgot it was here and you're thirsty. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, now we're going to do the baking powder. So, how much baking powder, you ask? 1 tablespoon of baking powder is all you will need. Simple. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. This is very important because if you don't add this in, your cake probably won't rise very much. You have a very flat cake. No one wants a flat cake. We want a big fluffy cake, okay? We like our cakes. I'm not going to say that. Okay, I'm not going to say that. We love I was going to make a comparison to butts. But we love all butts. We love every butt. We love the big butts, the small butts, but we don't love every cake. We don't love the small, tiny, flat cakes. We love the small, tiny, flat butts. I fucking adore them, okay? I'll say it. I love them, but I don't love flat cakes, so we're gonna add the baking powder, 1 tablespoon. Once you do that, just mix those 2 together, the baking powder, and it's kind of good. You're not really gonna tell because oh god, it all looks the same. You know what I mean? It all looks the same. So just mix that up a little bit, and now finally we are going to add half a teaspoon of salt. Yeah, half a teaspoon of salt, and then once you add your half teaspoon of salt, mix it all around so that it becomes one with the rest of the powder. The salt is very important. Salt is super important. That's why it's really important not to do too much or too little. It makes a huge difference when you're baking because things can be too sweet. They can be too sweet and you can have a couple bites and you're like, that's too sweet. I can't have any more. The salt really dumbs that down a bit. So even when it's table salt, it works. All right, now that that's done, we have our 3 bowls finished. Our 3 bowls, our little bowl with the milk and the vinegar, that's done. Our big bowl with the butter and everything else. And then our 3rd bowl, which has the flour and whatnot. Now we get to combine them all, baby. You get to bring them all together. It's a very exciting moment. This is what it's all about, folks. Combining everything together, creating the cake batter. This is it. I'm very excited. Let's do it. So now what we're going to do is we have our 3 bowls. I'm gonna see if I can make the camera a little wider here. Yeah, the camera's a bit wider now. You can see all of the bowls a bit better here. What we're gonna do now we combine them all. Don't just pour all of the milk and vinegar mixture in and then pour all of the flour in. No, that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little bit one by one so that it's easier to combine them together. So we're gonna add a little bit of the milk into the big bowl, and then we're gonna add a little bit of the flour into the bowl, and then we're gonna stir. And then we're gonna stir that up all together. Just stir it up once again until it's one consistency. You're gonna stir it up, and then you're gonna repeat that. Just add a little bit from each bowl, one by one, until you've completely added both together. and then you have one big consistency, and it's the cake batter. But make sure you're checking on that strawberry puree over there, because we're about to add that in last. That made the coolest noise I've ever heard in my life. All right, pretty much all done there. You can see everything's been mixed up. Everything looks good. Everything smells good. Right now, basically, we have plain old delicious cake batter, which is great. We're making a plain old wonderful cake, just a cool vanilla cake. We're done. But it'd be like a cool pink vanilla cake, which wouldn't make any sense. Now, since it has been about 25 minutes for me, I don't know how long it's been for you, but make sure it has been 25 minutes for you. We are finally going to add in the strawberry puree. This is what's gonna take the cake up another level and make it a strawberry cake. But we need to make sure that this is half a cup. So before you pour it all in, make sure you measure first that it's half a cup. You put any more in, it's gonna be too strawberry. You put any less in, it's not gonna be strawberry enough. We're gonna pour this in all the way till it's at half a cup. I have a bit left over, which is fine. So we add that in there, make sure it all gets out, and then we start stirring it up again, combining everything together. And this is gonna make it so strawberry. It's gonna be such a good strawberry cake. I'm so excited for this. It's gonna taste absolutely delicious, and I hope Cass loves it, because it's gonna look beautiful. It's gonna look great. It's gonna smell great. It's gotta taste great. And I'm gonna make sure it does taste great. And this is gonna taste great. Oh God, it's gonna taste so good. My tummy's grumbling just thinking about it. All right, that is pretty much done for me. I've mixed everything up very well. Everything is one consistency. Everything looks good. Everything feels good. Everything smells good. So I think we're good. So now we're gonna get our two 8-inch cake pans. Our two 8-inch cake pans, what you're gonna wanna do is either spray them with a non-stick cooking oil, or you could put some butter in them and line the pans with like a little bit of butter. Or you can do what I do, and you can use baking parchment paper. Baking parchment paper, very simple. It obviously just stops the cake from being stuck to the pans. And it's very, very healthy. So first, you're gonna add half of the mixture into one cake pan, and then half of the mixture into the other cake pan. Make sure you do it very slowly. Move it around a little, just to make sure it's all evenly spread out. Parchment paper can be a little difficult sometimes, because you're trying to get it lined up to the pan itself. We've poured both of them in. I know it looks a little weird right now. It looks a little sussy. My apron is very fucked up now, but that's good. That's how you know you did good. Now, we're going to put the cake into the oven so that we can bake it. How long, do you ask? A fantastic question, Barbara. You're gonna put the cake in for 30 to 35 minutes. I would set a timer for 30 minutes. Once 30 minutes are up, check it. Maybe put a toothpick in, see if any liquid comes out, or see if it's fully baked. Definitely no longer than probably 35, 36 minutes. So I'm gonna say 30 to 35 minutes, check on it at 30, and then really dial in on it and make sure, because we don't wanna overbake it, we don't wanna underbake it, we want it to be perfect! Oh, fuck! Oh, I just burnt my hand so badly. Oh, that hurts so much. Oh, that's gonna leave a burn mark. God. All right, now set your timer for 30 minutes. That is exactly what I'm doing. Bam! Camera done. End the video. No, did you forget we have to make the icing? That being said, the icing is a lot easier to make than what we just did. So while that's cooking or baking, while that's baking in the oven, we are going to make the icing. So let's make the icing, shall we? Take a second, take a break, take a breathe. Go have a smoke, kids. Me, I'm gonna finish my wine. I don't know if you can see, but this is where I burned my hand. I burned it pretty bad. That's okay. All right, first thing you're gonna need is the frozen strawberries, which I am delicately placing on my burn right now, and it's making it feel so much better. We are going to measure a cup of frozen strawberries, and we are going to blend them. And they should blend into a powder. They shouldn't blend into like a creamy puree like we did earlier. These should blend into a powder. So take that 1 cup of frozen strawberries, put it in the blender. Use the blender that you used earlier. That's what I'm gonna do. This one might take a little bit. It's kind of weird. It doesn't know that It's not good at blending things that don't have liquid. We have the strawberries that we, blended. We have the strawberries that we blended. And then we're gonna add 1 cup of the vegan butter. 1 cup of that with the strawberries, and we're gonna blend it all together. Just beat that up. Keep beating it. Keep beating it until it's all one consistency. And your arm might get tired, but you have to keep fighting. Next, you're gonna add 3 cups of your powdered sugar. Not all at once though. Add it in about half a cup at a time. So 6 times do it, half a cup. Add it in, keep stirring, add it in, keep stirring. Repeat until you've added 3 cups of the powdered sugar into the mixture that you already have. So after you're done mixing that, and I know it's probably looking a little funky right now. You're like, that doesn't look like icing, okay? For some reason you're Italian all of a sudden, but the last but not least, we're gonna add in our vanilla extract. And what did I put there? Our milk. We're adding our vanilla extract and our milk. So you're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. There's 1. There's 2. And then 2 to 3 tablespoons of your plant-based milk. It depends. If you want it to, like if you need some more liquid to make it a little more, the consistency a little thinner, then I would say add in 3. That's what I'm doing. You might even need 4 for some reason. I don't know. You probably shouldn't. But basically just see how much you need. And then just start stirring. I'm double fisting this so I can stir it better. Honest to God, I'm sweating. I'm sweating from stirring this. My back feels sweaty. It's because it's like the powder, the powder of the strawberries is like, it's too powdery, you know what I mean? I need to like dwindle it down. I really need an electronic mixer or electric mix, whatever the fuck. But I don't have one, and I need to get one. All right, I'm not gonna touch it because it's really hot, but maybe I'll show you for a second. I've taken out the cake, and we're gonna let it sit for I'd say 20 minutes, about 20 minutes. Let it sit 20 to 25 minutes, I would say, just to be sure, because you want to make sure it's fully cooled before you start putting you have to stack them onto each other. We'll get to that when we do, but right now just let them cool down, let them chill, for real, like actually chill, and then we're gonna get on and put the icing on, stack the cakes together, put the icing on, decorate, and then we're gonna be done. I know you're tired, I'm tired. Think about all the editing I've done and cut it down into a small little video. I've been doing this for hours. Anyway, see you in 20 minutes. Alright, folks, I took off my thing. I'm sorry. Don't worry, you can still trust me. You can still trust me even though I don't have my apron on. I know how to bake a cake. We've taken our cake, we've let it cool down. Now we're gonna stack them on top of each other, and we're gonna ice them, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be cool, we're gonna love it. First, I'm just gonna very delicately take this off of the, what do you call it? Paper, fuck! You know what I'm talking about. You take it off of the paper thing, and I'm putting it on this cardboard thing. I got a cardboard thing. You don't need it, and I have my little skinny my spinny cake thing. So basically, when I'm frosting it, I can spin the cake thing. But for now, I have it on the cardboard. Yeah, it's really great. Our cake didn't come out super circular because of the paper. What do you call it? Parchment paper. Because the parchment paper didn't come out super circular, which I'm a little upset about, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. I just had a bit of a taste, and it's incredible. All right, so first thing, we're gonna take our icing, and we're just gonna put a nice top layer on the first layer, because then we're gonna stack the other one on top, and it's gonna be able to stick really nice because of the icing. Use as much icing here as you want. You can really fill it up if you want, or you can do a little bit lighter. I like to put a decent amount of icing in the middle, because I think when you're eating a cake, that like big bunch of icing that separates the two cakes, whatever, the 2 cake layers is so yummy. This cake didn't come out as perfect as I wanted it to. It's good, but it's gonna taste amazing. That's not the problem. The display has me worried a little. The display, I really think I could have done better. I'm gonna blame the parchment paper for that. Once you're done layering that first part, we're gonna grab the other layer and we're going to place it right on top, just like that. I didn't do it super well, but I did it well enough. And now we're gonna put icing on that layer, right on the top here. Now that we have the top layer pretty much done, you're gonna take your icing. If you have one of these skinny little spatula things that I'm using, that's probably the best thing to have. I don't know, it's good for icing for some. I don't know if that's why they made these little, I don't know if someone was making like tiny little burgers and made this, but I think this is what it's for. All right, so then you're just gonna spin it around. I'm really leaking it down a lot, which is not good. I'm not good at this part. I'm self-admittedly terrible at this part. I'm so bad at the icing part. Like, I need an icer. I need someone who's good at that. I'm just gonna keep using the rest of my icing until it's gone because, I don't know, you can't have too much icing. Maybe you can't have too much icing, but it's not bad to have a lot of icing. We really want to cover the cake, so that's why we're doing all this. Alright, it's pretty much done. It's iced up. It's ugly. It's straight up ugly. It might be the ugliest cake anyone's ever made. It looks like a catastrophe, I'll be honest. Once it's in the freezer, we're gonna put it in the freezer for about 5-7 minutes to let it freeze. Not freeze actually, but it gets cool and then the icing will cool and it'll be more like a cake. You know what I mean? And then we'll decorate it a little bit, but not much because it already looks like shit, but we'll try to make it look better. All right, folks, it's been about 7 minutes. I'm gonna take the cake out of the freezer and then we're gonna slightly decorate it and then we can all fuck off and go to our surprise party because some of us are tired. Actually, I've just checked it in the freezer. It's not done. I gotta do like another 7 minutes.
All right, at this point in the video, my camera died. I didn't notice. So for the rest of the video, there's only like a minute or two left. It's just going to be the camera on the hands and the cake. I'm sorry.
So now the cake's out of the freezer. I know it doesn't look amazing. I have my candles, which I'm not going to put on right now. I'm going to wait till I get there. But right now, a simple thing I'm just going to do, we're just going to put strawberries, just strawberries to decorate on the outside of the cake. Very simple, just to add a little something to it. Actually, I don't like that strawberry. We're gonna do a different strawberry. This strawberry looks better. These are kind of really big strawberries, if I'm being honest. I kind of wanted some slightly smaller strawberries, but this should be fine. This should be fine. I don't know. It doesn't look great. I know it doesn't look great, okay? I know it doesn't look amazing. Okay, anyway, that's all really. This is the cake. We did it. We did it. We did the cake. We did the cake, guys. Oh, I shouldn't talk that close. We made the cake, guys. Wow. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna just... Fuck! Oh, God. I got so much... Anyway. Okay, guys. We made a cake, and I hope you had fun doing it. I have to really rush now because I'm almost late for my surprise party. I'm gonna be the one there that they're gonna surprise. So, okay, love you. Sorry the cake, it didn't look amazing, but I swear it's gonna taste amazing. And I'll give you the full review of what everyone thinks about the cake later. Okay, bye. I love you.
Everyone loved the cake. By the way, everyone loved it. So have a good one.
I've been living it, yeah. I've been sitting in that shit.